Hello and welcome. I'm Melissa, and today's video is just going to be some random repots and stuff that I kind of just feel like doing. I am making a separate video on my moss poles. That's like the #1 most urgent thing in my plant collection that needs done, but I don't feel like tackling that today. So it's going to be some other stuff. I was just about to undo my potting mat. Whew. Is it going to be your bed instead? Huh? She was just napping. Now she's come to join me. You come to join me, Noon. Here, let me undo it, and then you can lay on it. Because I don't want to make a mess. What you doing? You gonna be over here? Okay, well, we have Luna joining us for a little bit. So I have my first little planty project here. This one will be somewhat easy. So let me show you the plant that's up first. This is the variegated dragon scale, the albo that I got from Rare Plant Fairy recently. I was waiting for the new leaf to harden. So this is the new one here in the middle. She is gorgeous. This is the one that was on the site that I fell in love with, and this is the one that it just gave me. It's very beautiful. I feel like the variegation definitely came through more as the leaf was hardening off, because all I could see was just like this little blip of variegation, and then as it was hardening and developed, more of it came through. I was waiting for it to fully unfurl before I messed with it. The black velvet variegated, pink variegated, I want to take care of too, but it's currently working on another new leaf already, and I don't want to disturb it until it hardens off. So I'm going to wait to do that one. But this one, I'm going to go ahead and move to stratum. I like to move to stratum before I go directly into pon, just to help lessen shock. You don't have to, but I don't really want to take that chance. You could do just water, but I'm going to put this guy in stratum. So I have a little container of water here, and we're just going to soak this guy to get this moss and perlite mixture off. I wouldn't think there would be any corms on this plant. Wouldn't that be amazing though if there was a corm hidden in here? That would be so cool. I guess I'll find out. I'm gonna do a larger cup of stratum just so that I don't accidentally underwater this, because my smaller cups that I use all the time, sometimes I tend to underwater those and then the stratum goes completely dry and then I feel bad. So I want this one to be in a little bit of a bigger container of stratum. This is a lot easier to come off when it's wet. It'll grow in some new healthy roots in stratum, so if I break a little bit of roots off, it's okay. It shouldn't really shock or stress too much. Oh, I thought that was a corm. It was a piece of perlite. I was about to get really excited. There's looks to be a little one starting to form right here, like that little spike. It'll grow into a corm here in some time. And there's another little one on this end, but definitely not a corm yet. Do you see how easy that came right off? This plant is so pretty. Look at that long root on that guy. Okay, I might just go ahead and rinse this under my sink just for a little bit to get some extra perlite and stuff off, and then we'll pot it into stratum. Okay, so that's all that we've taken off. The alocasias that I did with you all, I think it's been a few weeks now. So my Alocasia watsonias and the pink poly, no, the mint poly and the pink poly. Oh my gosh, the pink poly gave me a new leaf and it's variegated, and it just surprised me. It's still not like super variegated, but it's more than any other leaf that was variegated on that plant. I'll have to show you. It's so pretty, and you know, it's the video that I transferred them all into pon, and the poly leaf is huge. Like, it's for the first leaf into pon, like it's massive, and they're all doing so well. I swear like alocasias just love pon. If it's not just like semi-hydro itself, maybe it just loves the combination of my nutrient regimen. Maybe they just love the foliage pro combined with the silica and stuff that I'm using. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but they just really seem to like whatever they're receiving, I guess. All right, let's do some stratum. Ooh. That little container it was in, where'd it go? Oh, this here. It was hard for me to gauge when this plant was thirsty, so I figured it would be best to go ahead and move it. That's why I really wanted this leaf to harden off so I could go ahead and transfer it. Now it'll be easier for me to see when this plant needs water. And then, yeah, and probably in a few more weeks. I'd probably give it at least 2 weeks to kind of settle in, and then I'll move it to pon. Because I am going from one substrate to this substrate and this substrate to another substrate, so I don't want to do it too soon. Okay, and then I'm going to add some water, probably up to like here. And it should stay hydrated at least for a little bit longer in a bigger container. I had to go get some regular water. This is just filtered. It doesn't have like any fertilizer or anything in it. Because stratum, when you first use it, has nutrients, so I don't tend to water with my fertilizer water until the plant's been in here for some time. Then I'll start to, because I don't know like how many nutrients are left in the substrate once the plant's been in here for a while. So you can kind of see the water line there, and it will continue to wick up. And then once the stratum, kind of the water gets all the way like back down here, then I'll refill it up. But yeah, my stratum goes dry all the time, so if it does, like it's usually fine. I just can't let it go dry for too long, then the plant's not getting any water. So I'm gonna stick this one back in the Ikea cabinet, and then I think the next one that I wanna do is the Maranta light veins. It's been in stratum for a while. I think I wanna go ahead and move that to pon real quick so that it can really start to grow. So I'll grab that in my pon and I'll be right back. Okay, here is our light veins Maranta. She's so pretty. I adore this Maranta so much. I can't wait until I have an actual big pot of this. So my plant that I bought of this when I purchased it and got it, it had struggled growing, and then I later found out it had flat mites. And so I was like treating the plant every week, and then it just still didn't seem happy. It gave me like 1 or 2 new leaves, and they kind of got crispy, and they just didn't look the happiest. So I had a feeling like it was probably just overall stressed. So I made the decision to chop this plant at the base, and this is like the top propagation. It had a node so that it could, you know, continue to grow and root and everything. So the base I actually still have, and it's giving me a spike, but it's kind of stalled out. So this is like the top growth that has now grown in since. So I'm very happy that I have my plant growing back. I probably could take some cuttings of this, but I'm not going to. It was just one top cut, but I think it's now shot a couple spikes, so there, it looks to be like I might have like 3 spikes in here. I can't tell. So it's been rooting in stratum for a while. I feel like this is pretty dry. You can see all the stratum roots in there. It has been ready for pon. A little tip, if you have a plant in stratum and you want to transfer it, let the stratum get mostly dry, and it comes off so much easier, and it doesn't leave like a sticky mess everywhere. And I reuse this. I'll just save it. I always reuse my stratum. I just mix like a little fresh stratum into it so that it can still get some like good nutrients and everything. Yeah, so this is just one plant, and then you can see it's kind of shot out a couple of growth points there. Yeah, most of that stratum came right off. There's another spike coming in right here too. All right, I'm just gonna rinse this under my sink for a second just to get off some of that dirt, and I'll be right back. Here's a close-up view of it rinsed. You can see the rhizomes. They're like little potato things. That's where they root from, and then new leaf spikes will shoot out from them. So yeah, that is that. And then, yeah, anything like crispy, I just make sure to clean up when I'm moving to pond. Like if there's any crispy bits, I just get rid of that. Just so there's no like dead plant debris that's going into the pond. And then this little leaf I'm gonna go ahead and pluck away. All right, that looks good. This is I always say these are a 6-inch, but they're not quite a 6-inch. I think they're advertised as a 5-something, but the inner cache pot is a little bit smaller. This one I've used already. But yeah, there's a couple different kinds of these. There's like a TS, is it T4U or TSU or something? And then this is a different kind. One of them's more expensive than the other one for like a 6-pack. All right, so I'm just gonna put some pond down first. And I stocked up on Lechuza pond a while ago. I have one more like big bag and this, and that's all I have. This is pre-rinsed already. I rinsed it outside, so this is like ready to go. I would suggest signing up for their email notifications because that's what I did. So whenever Lechuza's pond comes back in stock, I'm going to order a couple more bags just so that I have enough. So that's what I did last time, and I was able to stock up. And then I haven't checked on Amazon in a while. I'm not sure what the stock is like on pond on Amazon, but I know I did pay a lot more when I was getting it on Amazon just because I think it was just marked up because it was harder to get. I feel like it just goes through periods of it being like in stock and then all of a sudden you can't find it anywhere. So I would just keep checking, and then yeah, the email notifications, if you go onto their website and just sign up for that, then they'll email you when it's back in stock. I'm just going to kind of fan out the root system a bit. Kind of like so, and then we're just going to fill up around. I am going to make a pond care video next month. I'm going to spend some time to make that video because I've been growing in pond. June will make a year, so I feel like I have enough experience where I can share more about how I'm growing in it and any like tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. So I am going to do that for a video next month. I have this one in my red stub, but I don't know if this one's going to fit in there because it's already getting cramped. I'm going to have to move a couple plants out of there, and I just put them in there because they're just getting too big for it. I just don't have many baby plants to put in there. I mentioned this in my last video that I did when I was transferring a bunch of plants to pond, but I start fertilizing right away now because there's no way to know how much of these little slow release pellets are actually in here because you don't know how much nutrients that this plant's currently getting. Yeah, it has some of these little slow release balls, but you don't know if it's going to be enough. So it may be enough for like a short time, but I would not jeopardize your plants getting the nutrients that it needs So you could start fertilizing after like a month, I would say, or just do it initially maybe at half strength. Sometimes I just go ahead and go in at full strength, but I haven't noticed any kind of weird burn or anything when I've done that. You can definitely be cautious, I guess, if you want. This is just the regular water. It's here, so I'm just using it. Yeah, I'll have to get more water. But yeah, I'm just gonna fill this up until the meter goes maybe like halfway. And then as this plant is establishing in here, I'm gonna make sure to water over top every time so that those roots that we put in here aren't drying out. So I don't leave a ton of water in the actual reservoir when the plants are getting established, because they just need time to kind of situate and develop. So I just pretend it's soil and just water over top for a bit and make sure it's thoroughly saturated. There's a little bit in there until I can actually go and water it again, you know, so it doesn't completely dry out. And she's done. She's beautiful. I can't wait to see her at the end of summer. I hope she like takes off in pond. My lemon lime did so well. I feel like it grew a ton once it established in pond. All right, we might do a couple more for this video. I'm kind of tempted to grab some of those Hoya that are in that little mini acre bar. There's a couple that's been in stratum for a while that really need to be potted up. So yeah, let me take a look and see what I have. I'm itching to pot a couple into soil, so I'm gonna put the pot away and I'll be back here in just a second. I have our next little project. I think these will be the last two for today's video because I have some other filming to do today. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna spend tomorrow doing like moss pole chops and stuff. I just wanted today to kind of be like a more relaxed, fun repot. So I brought these two Hoyas out here. These two I've had in stratum for the longest. Oh, I need to get my stratum cup. I didn't think about that, my bowl. So this one is the Hoya Croniana Super Silver. This one is beautiful. And it has a little bit of pink sunstressing at the top. These have been in that little white cabinet. And this one is the Lacinosa Silver Mint. Very beautiful. So this one's getting a little bit long, so I might prop this one and root some cuttings maybe for the shop. And I don't know if I want to cut this one yet. I actually really like how compact it is. Do you see how the spacing is really tight? I really like that. Whereas this one, it's a bit longer. I do have two new shoots up top coming out on this one, so I might cut the longer strands, but we'll see. And let me show you the cute little pot combo that I have. I was trying to find some cute pots to pot these in. I completely forgot that Kim sent me these acrylic trellises. So Kim was so sweet. She's the one that I reached out to make that sign for my shop, the wooden sign. So she hand makes like wooden stuff and acrylic things on her Etsy, and so she sent me a couple of her trellises she made. They're just like a U shape. This one's a little big for this, but if I kind of squeeze it, I feel like it would fit. This is a clear pot, and then I got this one from Ikea, and this is a 4-inch, and I thought that fit perfectly. I'm thinking I will do, I don't know which Hoya I should do and which one. This is the other one. So this was the pot that the Alocasia was in. So this is a 3-inch just white pot, because that's the only pot that will fit inside of this one nice. And then this trellis is from her as well. It has a little dangly prism. It's so pretty. This one's a little bit not as wide, so this one kind of fits in here a little bit better. So I thought that would be a cute little combo. That's so cute. Oh, and I gotta get my clips too. I have like butterfly clips, dragonfly clips, and ladybug clips. So which one should I do in which pot? Should I do the darker against the darker green? Or should I do the darker against the lighter green? I'm feeling the darker with the darker green. So let's do this one first. I'm filling this combo together. And then I also have my shears. I just cleaned them with alcohol. And then I have my aroid mix here. This is the mix that I sell on my site. Yeah, this is a little wet, so this is going to be a little goopy. So I got both of these Hoyas from the Green Escape. I ordered from them a few times now. I'm trying to think. It was one of the earlier orders I did. Yeah, it's just one vine. So this is like all grown from the one little vine. It's got a nice little root system that's grown in there. Look at all that. I haven't potted up a Hoya, I feel like, in so long. This is so stinking cute. Okay, just gonna fill up around. Thought I heard the door. I'm waiting on a couple deliveries today. Oh, it's so cute in here. This trellis is adorable. This is so cute. I'm gonna have to buy some more of her trellises. I really like these. They're cute and dainty. I like how like petite they are in the clear look. I love the clear look. Let's do, I feel like the ladybugs look good with this one. So let's do dragonfly for this one. So we have one little one here. Let's go ahead and bundle this one up. I was worried these were a little wide, but it fits.
Oh my gosh, I seriously cannot. Like, how cute is this?
How cute is this? It's so cute. This is adorable. I love these little plants so much. I don't know where I'm gonna put these plants because I don't have any room for them in my plant room, and they won't fit, obviously they won't fit back in that little cabinet. How cute. I have to water this in yet, so let me pot up the other ones and I'll water them. So cute. All right, this one here. This one I had in a double container because the inner pot had holes in the bottom, which I didn't realize it, so I had to have another one that caught the water.
Oh my gosh, I was about to flip out. I thought that was a mealybug.
It's just, you know, the sap that comes out when you accidentally bend a stem. That's what it was. I was like, please no. I can't handle any more mealybugs. This one's a little wet too. Okay, let me rinse the root system on this guy. Look at that root system. So crazy. Okay, let's take our pretty white cup without getting it dirty. Let's do it up here a little closer. Just gonna spread the roots out a little bit so they're not in one big clump. Something like that. This is so stinking cute. I want all the cute Hoyas potted in the same setup. All right, now let's see, do we want to take some cuttings? I feel like I want to take some cuttings. Let me pile this one up. We're going to use the green little ladybugs because they're so cute. Oh my goodness. It's so cute. And let's go ahead and take some cuttings. We're going to do, let's do a snap right here. We're going to snap. Okay, I think I just want to take the one vine. That way I can wrap this one around. Because we do have 3 other ones, so once they get a bit longer, I'll take more cuttings. The little ladybugs are so cute. I love it so much. So yeah, I think I will set these in my east window right here, and then I have to water these in yet, and then I have to clean that pot that I messed up. And so for the cutting, I'm just gonna stick this back in the stratum. So I want to actually take a couple cuttings. So on Hoyas, you'll notice like along the stem, there's little bumps. Like right here's a good example. There's a bump here, and that's where it'll root all along the stem where you see those little bumps, and then where the leaves come out, like where the leaves meet is the node. So it'll root there and then along the little bumps. This one isn't as bumpy, so since this one here on the bottom is missing a leaf, we're gonna go ahead and cut this leaf away right here. So now we have a node and a nice little section that will root. So we are gonna cut, let's cut right above these 2 leaves, because there's a little bump here that we can root from, like that. And then once you cut them, the white sap starts dripping out because they're very sappy. So this will be our bottom that we are going to stick in the stratum, and then it'll reshoot and grow again. And then this one here, we're going to go ahead and cut this little leaf away. So now we have that little section. So we have 2 vines to go ahead and root and stratum. I'll probably look at putting this one on my site once they grow. I'm going to reuse the same little cup, the one without holes. Oh, we're just going to reuse this. So now we have our propagation. So this little propagation I'll stick back in the Acrobar cabinet, and then, yeah, once it roots, like I said, we will look at selling that one. So the Maranta light veins is back here in its spot. It's just a little crammed because it's now in a bigger vessel. And then the dragon scale that we moved to stratum is back there. And the variegated one, as soon as that leaf unfurls, I'm going to move that to stratum. And this is one that we did in that latest video, moving some to pond. That one has a new leaf, kind of a spike there. And the mint one in the back, you can see, is getting ready to push a new leaf. This one down here popped a new leaf, and it's too tall now for the cabinet. This was like the tallest shelf in here, so I'm gonna have to move that out. But this is the one that I wanted to show you, the mint. Look at this one, or not the mint, the pink poly. This is the new leaf, and look at that variegation. This new leaf is huge. So this is one that I did in that video. These were like the latest leaves. You see how small they are? And I move it to pond and it shoots out this huge leaf. Like, look at that. And it gave me variegation. I'm obsessed with this leaf that came out. I love it so much. So I have 6 babies. They haven't sprouted yet, but I'm very curious to see if they're gonna come in variegated or how variegated they'll come in. It's gonna be a surprise. I'm looking forward to it. So that is it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I took care of these plants. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the Hoyas grow and fill out. And I'm definitely excited for the light veins Maranta, and of course the dragon scale. Can't wait to get that one moved to pond. I'm so excited for those variegated Alocasia. I'm just, yeah, they're definitely some of my top plants right now. That, and of course, like my monsteras, I love them so much. I can't wait for them to grow more. So thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.